All them big banks, they just don't get it, do they? They just don't get it. Or maybe they do. And they're seeing themselves being wiped out over the coming years. And then there's not going to be a need for them anymore, thanks to cryptos. There won't be a need for the greedy, rotten banks, the too big to fails, gambling with our money, making bad bets, but the bet was so bad, it becomes a national security issue. You got to bail us out or the whole world ends. Oh, well, what are we going to do? I guess we better bail them out. Now, remember, a long time ago, Lindsey Williams said the plan was to have 6, 7, 8, 9-ish banks. He said, you know all the names today, of course. And all the other banks get eaten up, gobbled up by the big banks. Mergers, acquisition, boom. And then we're left with nothing but, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citi, whatever. But that may not be the case if the people take the power back. And that's in the process right now. And there's this thing you may have heard of called cryptocurrencies. That's part of that process. And the banks know it. And it's the reason why they keep canceling people's accounts. Even really good accounts that the bank would be an absolute moron to get rid of. Like the one I'm about to tell you about. See, because the banks need you to have a lot of money in your account so that they can lend 9 times that amount of money out to people, roughly. Your money sitting in your account, the numbers are still on your screen, even though they've lent it out to somebody else. And, for example, I don't know, someone wants a new house, couple $100,000 loan, and that someone didn't have a job, couldn't produce that they have any documentation of that they have an income. Ninja loans, no job, no income, you're approved, right? Or is that no income, no job, actually? See, I'm over here trying to make people binges. Me and Trader Boss, we're trying to make y'all binges. Big income, no job. Not, I need a ninja loan, no income, no job, give me an effing loan. And the banks did. And then all those numbers on your screen, which showed you had the money there, didn't actually exist because they blew it all. And everybody defaulted. So they needed a bailout. Point being, a bank should want you, and currently does, want you to put your money in their account and leave it there as long as you can without taking it out so that they can lend it out multiples of what's in there. That's how they work. So you would think even if somebody's into Bitcoin, cryptos, anything else, and they're using their bank account obviously to transfer money back and forth to the exchanges and whatnot, if they had a nice chunk of money constantly in their account, you'd probably be okay with that. Or because you see the writing on the wall that you're not going to be needed in the future, you're pissed off and stomping your feet because you're upset. Well, got a story for you. By the way, did I ever tell you which bank I fought the foreclosure? Won a settlement, won the credit report getting wiped off, the bad mark off my credit report. Did I ever tell you what bank that was? Well, let me just get started with this article. Bank of America, this is from Coindesk.com. Bank of America is closing my 3-year-old's account over crypto. Her 3-year-old child's account. My daughter is 3 years old. Bank of America is closing her bank account on May 4th because of her risk profile. And it would appear her connection with the crypto space. Please let me explain. My management company, manages a hedge fund which does indeed routinely invest in the crypto space. Not necessarily directly, he says later. Importantly, the management company itself does not trade the crypto. The fund has an account with a bank other than Bank of America. The management company, my wife and I, and our daughter all have our bank accounts with Bank of America. This has led to some rather curious consequences. My wife and I opened our joint checking and savings accounts with Bank of America in California about 4 years ago, well before I founded the management company. We opened a Uniform Transfers to Minors account, or a UTMA account, there for our daughter shortly after she was born. We have $50 a month transferred into that account automatically to kickstart her college fund. That is pretty much the extent of the activity in the account. That's it. There have been never been any transfers into or out of my daughter's account other than with the joint account my wife and I have at the same branch. There certainly has not been any activity even vaguely related to crypto assets with that. On April 4th of this year, we received notices dated 2 days prior that Bank of America would restrict our accounts in 21 days and then close them in 30. The management company received 3 such notices, one for each of its 2 bank accounts and one for its Bank of America credit card. My wife and I received 3 such notices for each bank account and for my wife's Bank of America credit card, and our 3-year-old daughter received 1 notice for her account. Other than saying that these decisions were final and won't be reconsidered, only the notice canceling the management company's credit card had any explanation, and it said, because your risk profile no longer aligns with the bank's risk tolerance. For a child linked to an account, which has an average 6-figure balance since it was opened, and for a company which has never had any debt whatsoever and has an 8-figure balance sheet, it gets better. Are you now or have you ever been? Next title. Just prior to our receiving these letters on March 28, 2018, the Bank of America Money Services Business Control Center sent the management company a customer data form for money services businesses, or MSBs, with numerous questions regarding what the management company does. All of the questions were related to specific money transactions like transfers, exchanging currencies, issuing traveler's checks, except the last one. Does the business engage in virtual digital cryptocurrency activity? To such a broad question, we did answer yes, and duly completed the entire questionnaire and sent it back the same day. When the cancellation notices arrived less than a week later, we were very impressed with the alacrity with which Bank of America operated. Hardly, he says. Let me emphasize, the management company does not deal in cryptocurrency. It doesn't act as an exchange. It doesn't act as a money handler. Its primary role is processing payroll for management company employees. However, the word crypto does appear in its name. That apparently is a mortal sin in the eyes of Bank of America. And I'll add, the other 2 big to fail banks too. 2 days after we received the notices of all these closings of various accounts, I received a call from a woman who introduced herself as an employee of Bank of America MSB Control Center. She wanted to discuss some queries she had regarding our replies to certain questions on the customer data form. I politely explained to her that her company had already told us that it was closing all of our accounts irrevocably, to which she blithely replied, "Oh, does that mean you don't want to answer my questions?" Somewhat nonplussed, I said, "What would be the point? Is there a chance that Bank of America then won't close the accounts?" And she replied, "Oh, I have no idea about that. Are you sure that Bank of America is closing your accounts? If so, we'll still close them, but if you answer my questions, we'll have the information necessary to complete our records." I declined as politely as I could at that point, and that was the end of the conversation. Knee-jerk reaction. Next title, next subsection. So aside from the fact that the right hand of Bank of America clearly does not show or does not know what the left hand is doing, it would seem to me that Bank of America has gone a bit far in what is clearly a knee-jerk reaction to all things crypto and all things related, no matter how indirectly, to crypto. Yeah, maybe they wanted her to call back to ask those questions, and then they would have actually reversed their actions. In other words, this guy has got great money in his account. Big numbers. Do you have any idea how much we can loan off this freaking schmuck? Well, yeah. Can you find out a little more information about his crypto stuff before we just blanket ban all of his accounts? All right, I'll give him a call. Well, now it's too late. He's taken his business elsewhere. That's all you have to do. Take your business elsewhere. Oh, I still use, what was the stupid, Wells Fargo. After the fraudulent things that they've been doing to everybody over and over, and it just keeps getting worse. There's a new story like every month. If you still remain with a bank like that, and like I said in that same video, I'll say it again, you deserve anything that happens to you. If you're doing business with a criminal, you deserve everything. If your house gets broken into by that criminal, you've let him into your house, you knew he was a criminal, or maybe you found out later he was a criminal, you still invited him back, and then he stole something from you the last time he was there. Right? You totally deserve it. Don't even call the police. Take your belt out and whip your own butt a couple times, like your parents should have done to you 50 years ago. And here's another one. Bank of America. Bank of America. But Joe, I got all my accounts attached there, direct deposit. You can protest. You don't have to get on the street. You don't have to hold a sign. You don't have to send a stupid letter to your politician which is going to get thrown away immediately. You take your business elsewhere. Jay Snip does not bank with Bank of America. Jay Snip does not bank with Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase. Although I have had in the years ago, I did have a Chase card, and I did settle with them on some outstanding debt that was owed on that card. This is like 2009. Jay Snip got his, and I suggest you get yours too. Stop taking it lying down. Take a damn stand and say, I've had enough. You will never get my account back. Bank of America, watch them get a letter next. Oh, hey, we've made a mistake. We'd like to offer you, No. Piss off. Stop sending me communications from here forward. Send it to them writing. You don't have to notarize it, but you can just get it certified mail sent. If they ever contact you again, they ever send you a credit offer, credit card, you can nail them. It's about $1,000 a pop if they reach back out to you. Do it. Get you some. Take care.